Welcome to the next part in the series introducing countries and territories around the world. We will come to Portugal. Portugal is the hometown of a famous football player that almost everyone knows as Cristiano Ronaldo, and other interesting things we will learn now. Portugal is a Western European country, located on the Iberian Peninsula, bordered to the west and south by the Atlantic Ocean, and to the east and north by Spain. The capital is Lisbon, the second oldest city in Europe, after the Greek city of Athens. Portugal has an area of 92,000 square kilometers, with a population of just over 10 million people. Because there are many archipelagos in the ocean and a long coastline, this country has the third largest exclusive economic zone in the European Union, and the 11th largest in the world. Portugal is a member of the European Union and part of the European monetary system, using the common European currency. Portugal is also in the Schengen visa bloc, so students who study abroad in Portugal will have the opportunity to travel to European countries in the same bloc. With its location near Africa, Portugal is the country with the warmest climate in Europe, with an average temperature of 15 to 18 degrees Celsius. The country is also known as the oldest country in Europe. The Kingdom of Portugal was established and recognized in 1143, and remained a monarchy for nearly 800 years until 1910. In general, in terms of climate, Portugal has warm winters and cool summers. The number of sunshine hours per year reaches nearly 3,300 in the south and 1,600 in the north, the highest in Europe. The north of Portugal has a relatively humid and cold climate, consisting of two regions. The Minho River region in the northwest is the most densely populated region of Portugal, in which the largest cities are located along the Atlantic coast. Inland there are many small cities and villages. The land of Minho is called the Green Garden of Portugal because of its climate and its relatively rich flora. Much of central Portugal is mountainous, with Serra da Estrela being an important mountainous region with ski resorts. This whole land is very fertile and has an optimal climate for growing grapes, so the tradition of growing grapes dates back to the time of the Romans. In addition, people also grow cereals, rice, sunflowers, helianthus, and vegetables. The Tajo River divides this region in two. The most important cities of central Portugal are Lisbon, Aveiro, Amadora, Coimbra, Leiria, Castelo Branco and Setúbal. Southern Portugal includes three regions: Terras do Sado, Alentejo and Algarve, with terrain ranging from flat to hilly, with a hot and dry climate. The Alentejo was once the grain bowl of Portugal, but today is sparsely populated and is being abandoned by its people. The main products of the region, other than cereals, are grapes and sunflowers, which are increasingly grown. Increasingly prolonged periods of drought have contributed to the region's economic collapse. The Algarve region covers the entire southern coast of Portugal, with its beautiful cities and sandy beaches or steep coastlines that are a popular holiday destination but also offer the accompanying phenomena of tourism. The major cities in the region are Évora, Faro and Lagos. The Portuguese national flag is designed with two main colors, green and red. Above there is also an armillary ball and a red shield. Green represents hope and the future. Red represents bloody battles and the shield symbolizes the country's victory in battles. Portugal is a pioneer in maritime exploration. From the 15th century, the Portuguese acquired the first overseas territories when they conquered foreign lands. One of the country's leading explorers was Vasco da Gama. In 1498, he reached India, also the first person to sail from Europe to India. By the 16th century, explorers had discovered Brazil, some areas of Central America, the Caribbean, then the Indian Ocean, the South Atlantic Ocean and even Asian areas such as Taiwan, Japan, and the islands Timor and the Maluku Islands. Therefore, at one time this country was considered the place where the sun never sets. The Portuguese Empire at that time was truly the first global empire in human history. At its peak, this empire stretched across 53 different countries. Portugal transferred its last colony, Macau, to China in 1999 after 442 years of occupation. Portuguese is the official language of 9 countries around the world, typically Brazil, the Republic of Angola, the Republic of Mozambique. In addition, this language is also used in Macau, India and East Timor. This is a language used by 230 million people, the 6th most popular in the world. Portuguese is spoken throughout the country. The majority of Portuguese are Roman Catholic. More than half of foreigners live in the capital Lisbon. In addition, they live concentrated in coastal urban areas and inland areas. Since joining the European Union and accompanying economic and political changes, Portugal has become an even more immigrant country, with immigrants mainly coming from Africa, Angola, Cabo Verde, South America, Brazil, and Eastern Europe, Russia, Ukraine, Moldova. According to statistics, for every 10 Portuguese people, there is one person of non-Portuguese origin. The Portuguese are charming and friendly, welcoming all visitors warmly no matter where they come from. Portugal is located on the west coast of Europe, the door to the Schengen area. So in fact, tourists come here from all over the world. The majority of Portuguese people know how to use foreign languages, especially English. About the school system includes elementary school, 4 years, and middle school, 5 years. According to the law, all children from 6 years old are required to attend school for 9 years. Curriculum instruction in state schools is free and families can receive help when their children attend private schools, of which there are relatively many. After primary school, students who complete secondary school, escola secundaria, lasting 3 years are eligible to study at university and can choose one of many forms of university study, at national and private universities, universidades, or at national or private practical universities, escolas politécnicas. Students must take university entrance exams and pay tuition fees. Tuition in private schools is higher than in state schools and varies depending on the major. In state universities it can be up to €850 annually. However, about 1/3 of students are studying at private schools. Regarding the Portuguese economy, tourism is the key and focuses on green energy, the 34th largest economy according to the World Economic Forum's Global Competitiveness Report in 2021. Portugal's GDP is $280 billion by 2023. Services are the most developed industry in Portugal today, accounting for 65.64% of GDP and creating jobs for 69.83% of the working population, 2019. Of these, the strongest growth is in the tourism industry, accounting for 19.8% of total GDP. Portugal is home to many famous companies such as the Navigator Company, very famous in the paper market; Sonai Industria, the world's largest manufacturer of wood products; Jerónimo Martins, the company that holds the largest supermarket chain in Poland; EDP Renováveis, the third largest wind energy producer in the world. Portugal has 7 international airports, including 3 major airports: Lisbon, Porto and Faro. Lisbon is one of the most important airports in the European airline system with more than 30 million passengers in 2019. Portuguese airline TAP Air was awarded the World's Best Airline Award in 2010, among many other nominations. As a pioneer in using renewable energy sources, 70% of Portugal's electricity is generated from green energy sources. The wind farm near the town of Moura in southeastern Portugal is one of the largest in the world. Amorim is the world's largest cork producer, accounting for about 70% of the world's cork production. Germany, UK, and US are the countries that import the most cork. Because wine is the country's national drink, it is also one of its most famous exports. Furthermore, Portugal has the largest cork forest in the world, which is the raw material for making cork. Portugal currently holds the record for having the longest bridge in Europe. It is a bridge named after explorer Vasco da Gama with a length of 17 kilometers. This is also the leading country in renewable energy, sun, wind, and water. By 2018, the country was able to generate 100% of its energy from hydropower, wind power, and solar power. As one of the oldest countries in Europe, Portugal boasts a rich history in addition to impressive wonders. If you travel to this place, below are the places you should visit. Beaches in the Algarve. Located in the south of Portugal, the Algarve region is home to more than 100 beautiful beaches scattered along 155 kilometers of coastline. It's no surprise that this is one of the best places to visit in Portugal if you want to hit the waves. Palaces and castles in Sintra, not far from Lisbon. The hills of Sintra are home to some of Portugal's most luxurious palaces and castles. Palácio da Penha is the most magnificent of these, one of the 7 wonders of the country. Serra da Estrela Natural Park. The rugged mountain landscape of Serra da Estrela Natural Park is perfect for hiking. The park is Portugal's oldest and largest protected area with an area of over 1,000 square meters. The Portuguese capital Lisbon is arguably one of the most attractive cities in Europe. This place has countless beautiful places to visit. Experienced travelers often advise people to hop on a yellow tram to explore the capital, and don't forget to enjoy the famous custard tarts in Portugal. Venice, of Portugal. Often called the Venice of Portugal, the picturesque city of Aveiro is famous for its beautiful canals, neoclassical architecture and colorful gondolas. The 9 islands of the Azores archipelago, about 1,500 kilometers west of Lisbon. There is a special archipelago of 9 small islands surrounded by volcanic landscapes and lush green grasslands. This archipelago is the most important place to visit for nature lovers. Monsanto Pebble Village. Nestled on the steep peak of Mons Sanctusin in Beira Baixa, the village of Monsanto looks like a setting from the movie, Lord of the Rings. This place is famous for its giant granite boulders that people use as floors, walls and even roofs. The wine cellars of Porto. Any trip to Portugal would not be complete without a visit to the city that gives its name to the world's most famous wine export, Porto. Located on the Rio Douro estuary, Porto is second largest city in Portugal and a famous cultural and entertainment centre that rivals Lisbon. It boasts a colorful mix of medieval monuments, sumptuous churches and wine cellars open for visitors to sample. The Church of Bones in Eira is one of Portugal's best preserved medieval towns. The most prominent in this place is Capela dos Ossos, Church of Bones. This is the resting place of thousands of bodies exhumed from the city's cemetery in the 16th century. It is believed that there are about 5,000 skeletons attached to the walls. Although not for the faint of heart, this place is definitely one of the most unforgettable places to visit in Portugal. What have you learned about being in Portugal next to Cristiano Ronaldo? Please leave your opinion below in the comment section. Thank you for following the story of this series. If you find it interesting, you can press the like button to share, so that your friends can also follow. Thank you and say goodbye.